all of WHOW's platforms on AM, FM, and its audio stream, as well as on WEZC, your easy choice for soft hits 95.9 FM. From wind, rain, or even snow, you'll be in the know with severe weather information 24/7. When severe weather breaks out, we break in anytime with what you need to know to keep your family safe. Brought to you exclusively by ServPro of Piatt-DeWitt Counties, your fire and water restoration specialists.
Shane here from Highway 51 Exchange, just south of Clinton. Let us service your lawn and garden equipment for spring with our quick turnaround and service specials for free pickup and delivery. Click our icon on DeWittDailyNews.com for details.
Longview Community Bank provides real local ag lending. Vice President and Loan Officer Nate Sams here, asking you to find out the many ag lending products we can offer your farm by clicking our ad on the local news page of DeWittDailyNews.com.
This is Seth Lawrence, News and Program Director for WHOW and WEZC. We take pride in being Clinton and Central Illinois' local radio stations each and every day, 7 days a week. What does local news mean? Here's a sample.
It's time. It's time to no longer have a neighborhood school and put all the first graders and kindergartners together.
This is a much smaller and localized data breach that was not a data breach of Warner Hospital.
We're one of the largest downstate blood drives in the state of Illinois, thanks to the community.
So far, my thoughts are that this is the way we need to keep it for at least a while. It's easy access for people to park.
You hear the local people that make the news every day, 7 days a week on the big 1520 AM, 92.3 FM, and 106.5 FM WHOW, and on your easy choice for soft hits, 95.9 FM WEZC.
WHOW is Central Illinois' ag station, and that includes providing farmers information on how the commodity markets close each day and week. I'm Todd Gleason from Illinois Public Media, University of Illinois Extension, inviting you to hear the daily closing market report weekday afternoons at 5:06, and on Saturdays, tune in for Commodity Week with a review of the week's markets at 8:30 in the morning, all on WHOW, AM, FM, and streamed online.
You're finding Central Illinois. WHOW.
Top of the morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. My guest in studio today is Heather Perdeu, director of the Scovill Zoo in Decatur. Good morning, Heather. Thanks for coming out and talking with us today. And you've got a special guest who also has a special day today. What's going on?
Yes, I brought Irwin, our laughing kookaburra, and his birthday is actually today. He's 13 years old. He hatched at Scovill Zoo, and we've used him for a lot of our ambassador programs. He was hand raised by our keeper staff. And so we're able to take him out for programs so people can see him a little bit, closer up. He doesn't really like people to touch him, so he's not an animal that we can allow kids to pet or anything, but he you can definitely see him up close, and he's been doing a little bit of chattering like right now.
He is very talkative.
Yeah, he's just doing a little bit of chattering, but they're known for their laugh, and they're called the laughing kookaburra because of that unique vocalization that they can do. And I know Ken Fry used to, he can impersonate a kookaburra. I am not able to do that, so I won't try, but it's really neat. And it's a very unique sound. Once you hear it in the zoo, or if you're ever at, another facility that has them, you can usually pinpoint like, oh, that's a kookaburra right away.
Sure.
But you can see he's part of the kingfisher family, and they're native to Australia. And they are carnivores, so he will eat snakes, lizards, small rodents, things like that. And kind of the kind of unique thing about them is, they don't have teeth or anything. They can't really chew up their food. So if it's a pretty large meal, they'll take it and they'll thump it and beat it against a branch before they eat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
Yeah, I've seen them actually, we feed them thawed mice, just like our reptiles and stuff. We get them frozen and then we thaw them out. But I've seen them catch, chipmunks and stuff like that get in their enclosures.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. And so, that's it's kind of the bad exhibit that animal chose to go in that day, because they will catch them and eat them if they're in the zoo.
Does that worry you at all with maybe disease that those animals could have or anything like that?
Usually things like chipmunks and stuff we don't worry too much, or if they got a snake or stuff. I mean, usually disease you're going to be more worried about like bird to bird, so that's when we would worry more. And their enclosures really wild birds don't go into them, so we don't have to worry about that.
Now, did you tell us that today's his birthday?
Yeah, it is his birthday. He's 13. They can live into their low 20s in human care, so he's probably middle aged now. And but in the wild, it would it's always less than what we and how long they can live in human care. So, just in the wild, they have, natural predators they have to worry about. They, injury, disease, like you just mentioned. So, they get vet care and everything. They get regular vet care. They get vaccines if warranted, if they need that.
Sounds like he's going through it this morning. He's very talkative.
Yeah, I know. He didn't.
It was kind of pecking at you there. A little bit.
Yeah. He didn't get his little morning mouse this morning, so I don't know if he's hangry. But I didn't want to feed him and then immediately put him on the road. I didn't know how he would feel about that, having a full belly.
That's no way to treat him on his birthday.
I know. But he will get a mouse when we get back to the zoo.
Does he get any other like special treats that like kookaburras can have?
They can get at the zoo. We feed them mainly mice is their main diet.
He doesn't get like an ice cream cone or
no,
anything.
he doesn't get ice cream cones or a birthday cake or anything, but he maybe will get some insects today. So they'll eat mealworms, maybe some beetles. Last year when we had all those cicadas, they loved those. So unfortunately we don't have any of those now, but they did love the cicadas.
Nice,
so that was a nice treat for them last year.
That's funny. So you mentioned that they are native of Australia. What's their conservation story, or is there much of a conservation
They're actually well represented in Australia, so they are considered at least concern. And it's probably because they're pretty adaptable. I mean, they're normally wooded areas, but they're pretty adaptable to even more grassy areas and stuff. And they are a very valuable animal to Australia because there's obviously Australia has a lot of like venomous animals, including snakes. And these guys will prey on those venomous snakes. So they're kind of, like I said, just very valuable to the ecosystem there in Australia.
That's cool. Good for them. So when it comes to Irwin, and so he's part of the mobile zoo program. I venture a guess this is probably a real busy time for that mobile zoo program.
It is. Yeah. It's kind of quiet during our winter months, but woo, where are you going, buddy? We'll just sit right there. And now, yes, we are definitely picking up. We're busy at the zoo with our school groups. So unfortunately, because of that, we're not able to go to a lot of schools right now.
Oh, okay.
But it's also like nursing home month. And so we'll do a lot of those in the month of May in the afternoons. And then starting in June, a lot of libraries for the reading programs like to book our mobile zoo program. So we really get booked during June and July and in a little bit of August as well.
You mentioned yellow school bus season.
Yes.
Is it too late to make a time for a group to come out?
We still have some room. We definitely want those reservations, so that way it gives us an indication of how many students and adults we're expecting every day. We do try to cap it, and it's mainly just due to constraints in the parking lot and the train. So otherwise out in the zoo, it's we're big enough to accommodate large groups of people. But right now, for the next few weeks, we have school buses every day.
Wow.
So,
great. Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Busy time at the zoo for sure. Now with Irwin, did I miss anything talking about him, or he seems to be comfortable now?
Yeah.
It feels like so.
Yeah.
Are his like talons or claws, are they sharp?
No, not really. I mean, they're just used for grabbing onto a tree branch just to help with traction. They're not like our birds of prey that have those talons to help, grasp prey and hold on to it. So what he would mainly use is his beak. Is pretty powerful with like grabbing hold of something and then keeping a hold of that, animal before
then
he eats it.
Throwing it against the wall or
and
something.
then throwing it against the branch, beating it against the branch before he eats it. Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Man. So strong little guy.
Yeah. Strong beak. And the colors. I mean, he's a lot of brown, but he also has a little bit of blue in his feathers too, which is kind of neat. You can kind of see he has a little bit of blue and the brown and the white and the
little laughter there from
Irwin. Yeah. Maybe it's you. Maybe he doesn't like to see you.
It must be I don't know. I feel like we have a good rapport. We've met before.
It's not
Irwin.
his first time here.
What the heck? Oh well, it's all right. Sometimes I'm not a lot of people's cup of tea, so that might be the case this morning. It's okay. So when it comes to school groups coming in, is it do you just kind of let them have free reign and just check out what they want? Is there a program that you cater to those kids? Anything like that?
For the most part, they are walking through the zoo on their own. We have different deals for the groups. They can either choose just admission only into the zoo where they're just walking around, or they can add the train and the carousel. And then our last deal that we have is the train, the carousel admission, and then goat food and a snow cone. So a lot of schools do opt for that one.
Sure.
And it just makes it a great experience for the kids coming through. I mean, they just get the whole day of being able to enjoy the zoo, even get the treat of a snow cone. We do allow, they're able to bring in their own lunches if they want. I mean, we do have a concession, so they're welcome to buy things there. But a lot of schools will bring in their lunches and they'll do a picnic lunch. And we have lots of tables outside the zoo and inside the zoo. And like I said, they just make a day of it until they have to leave, in the early afternoon to head back to the school.
Sure. It's always a good, and I think my kids end up going to Scovill Zoo from Clinton schools. For their end of year field trip or something.
Yeah.
So
the kids are always so excited when they're lined up. And it makes me laugh a little bit because other people will come just to come to the zoo that day. And then they're like, oh, wow, we didn't think about all the schools that would be here today. But yes, if you're coming to the zoo and you're coming in the morning, just expect there to be lots of school groups there.
Gotcha. Very good. Very good. Well, anything on Irwin school groups we didn't touch on this morning, Heather, you want to put out there for us?
I don't think so. Again, if you're coming to the zoo and you don't want to come, I usually recommend to people to come in the afternoon. Right. You could get into the zoo until 4:00, and then our zoo grounds will close at 5. So if you don't want to fight all the kids, I recommend coming in the afternoon. And we are open rain or shine. I know we've had some rain the last few days. Luckily, it hasn't been an entire rain out day. And most of the kids have just been adaptable and just bring umbrellas. We sell ponchos and umbrellas. And so they're still able to walk around the zoo and enjoy it with the little bit of rain showers we've had.
Very good. Very good. Well, Heather, let's take a break here. Where do folks go to learn about all things Scovill Zoo?
They can check out our webpage at scovillzoo.com, including the Decatur Park District website as well. And they're always welcome to give us a call if they have any questions at 217-421-7435.
Sounds good. Heather Perdeu, director of the Scovill Zoo in Decatur, our guest here in studio. More to come with Heather on the morning show.
WHOW.
Let's check the opening numbers now at the Chicago Board of Trade on this Friday. Jim Taylor, RFD Radio Network. We start the day in the green with corn, beans, and Chicago wheat. May corn opening 468.5, up 4 1/4. July corn up 3 1/4, 475.5, and new crop December starting the day 452, up 4 3/4. May beans opening 1043, up 2 3/4. July beans up 2 1/4, 1052.5. New crop November 1027 1/4, up 3 1/4. May Chicago wheat 527, up 11 3/4. July wheat 545.5, up 14.5. September wheat 559, up 13 3/4. May bean meal opening 289.30, up 280, and May bean oil 48.75, down 61 cents. Opening numbers on this Friday morning. Jim Taylor, RFD Radio Network.
Baum Chevrolet Buick offers full transportation options while giving you peace of mind. This is Scott Baum from Baum Chevrolet Buick here in Clinton. This is what we do every day. We listen to you, give you options for routine maintenance, major mechanical problems, or collision repairs with a staff that's knowledgeable to find the best option for you. Baum Chevrolet Buick, your full service dealer. See us at baumchevybuick.com right from the start.
CEO Paul Skowron here from Warner Hospital and Health Services in Clinton. Come to our annual health fair Thursday, May 15th, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. on our hospital campus. Lots of free events and raffle prizes. Find out more by clicking our icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
DeWittDailyNews.com is the area's leading local news source 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the latest local news, obituaries, police blotter, weather forecast, and more with no paywall. Head to DeWittDailyNews.com to get the local information you need to know.
Your friend in Central Illinois, WHOW.
Once again, a good morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. My guest in studio this morning is Heather Perdeu, director of the Scovill Zoo in Decatur, and she, of course, has Irwin the kookaburra with her this morning, celebrating his 13th birthday today. And he's a little angry on his 13th birthday. I think we need a meal when we get back.
Yeah, he will definitely get his meal when we get back.
Now, are they regular, like, daily eaters, or
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
So
He's
one
daily, a couple times a day, actually. So.
Gotcha. Interesting stuff. Well, let's dive into the Scovill Zoo. Has been open a month, and we talked about, the busy school bus season is upon us. How has the first month really, other than that, gone?
It's gone fairly well. There you go. The first couple weeks, it was kind of rainy and cold. We had those couple of weeks in March where it was really warm and dry and beautiful. And then of course, April came and we had some rainy and cold months. So we weren't able to move some of our animals out right away. And just because of the cold, but now a lot of them are out now, and it's definitely picked up as far as, crowds and all of that. So that's great. And, we had free admission Mondays in April, but now that we're in May, we do not have any free admission days, just because we're so busy with all the school groups. It's really hard for us to accommodate free admissions as well as all our school groups. So we do not have any free admissions in May. However, those will pick up again in June, and they will be on Thursdays.
Gotcha.
I know there's always people that look, forward to those free admission days. And so those will start up again in June on Thursdays.
Gotcha. So look forward to that.
Yeah.
And we were catching up off the air, the mountain lion exhibit. I bet that's one that a lot of folks have been really excited about, and it is now open.
Yes, it opened on in April last Monday. So it's only been open just not even a full week yet. And it's been great. I mean, people love seeing this new beautiful exhibit. There's a large deck that goes down to it. There's a little rope bridge for the kids to climb in on as well. The mountain lions, it's kind of funny. They did come from another zoo. They came from the St. Louis Zoo. So they've been used to, guests and stuff. However, we have different viewing than they had at St. Louis. So they're not used to people being kind of the same eye level as them. And so our mountain lions have gotten a little shy since we've opened up the exhibit to the public. And so we've been giving them access just so it's not so stressful that they're locked out on exhibit. So we're just asking the public to please be patient with the mountain lions. Sometimes our female comes out and she just lays in her cave and she's fine. And she's, she's visible for everyone to see. Our male has had a little bit more of an adjustment. And so he will come out, but then he'll go back. And so we're just trying to give them some time to get used to having crowds of people. Especially on that Monday, we had a huge crowd of people there waiting to see them. And it was probably a little overstimulating for them, but I foresee them getting used to people being there and it not being a big deal. And they'll just be laying on exhibit and used to it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now, how old are they?
They're 8 years old. So they've been in human care since they were orphans. They came from Idaho. Don't start looking like you need other places to go. See, now he's getting a little too comfortable now that he just wants to he wants to explore.
Oh, is he going to jump down here?
I don't know. We'll see what happens here.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, they've been in human care since they were cubs. They were orphaned. And they were found in, I think, somebody's garage, that were being hand raised. And so the Idaho Department of Game deem them unfit to be releasable to the wild. I mean, you don't want to release something like a mountain lion back to the wild that's used to humans, that doesn't, fear humans and stuff.
Yeah.
So they have been in a couple different zoos before they came to ours. And hopefully they'll live out the rest of their lives at our zoo.
Gotcha. Very good. So those are on display now. And what else is anything else new at the zoo this year folks can look forward to?
Probably not too much. The mountain lion is definitely the largest thing that we have that we've reopened. We have some new photo board, like photo ops for kids. They could put their head in and they could look like they're a wallaby or a monkey or a train driver. So those are kind of new. But as far as animal exhibits, right now we're just, trying to renovate, and then hopefully within the next year or two, we'll be starting alligator, renovations to their exhibit.
Are they out yet?
Yes, they are out.
Okay.
So you can come to the zoo and see them.
Yeah, I was going to ask, are there animals that can't be out yet because of weather? Those overnight temperatures still too low or anything?
Right now, everything, even the sloth is kind of our indicator of the weather. She's usually one of the last ones to get moved out because she really does require those warmer overnight temperatures. She does have a shelter with a heat lamp and everything, so she can get nice and toasty overnight, but she has been moved out. So the weather really has cooperated a little bit more here at the end of April. So she's been able to move out. And then some of our bird exhibits, we're just making some renovations, with the bird flu and, everything else. We're just trying to make sure that those exhibits are, we're trying to keep out any wild small songbirds and stuff like that from going in some of those enclosures.
Sure. Gotcha. Very good. So sounds like everything's pretty much as it should be for the season and everything. Yeah, very
Absolutely.
good. So let's talk kind of events, calendar of things coming up. What do we need to know?
Our biggest thing right now is on May 10th. We have our Zippy Zoo Fun Run, and kids, it's kind of geared for kids 5 to 12 years old. It's almost a mile long, and the kids can run the course. And then there's different activities at different spots where they're animal themed activities. So maybe you're hopping like a frog or balancing like a lemur or something like that during these stops. And that is $12 for pre-registration or $15 that morning. Moms are welcome to run free with the kids because that is our Mother's Day weekend. So all weekend we have moms can get in for free at the zoo with paying child.
Gotcha. Very good. So Mother's Day coming right up around the corner. Any getting into early June before we talk to you next? Anything coming up then?
In June, we have, obviously then we have Father's Day.
Right.
So we'll have the dollar days with that. Our zoo camps will start in June. And actually, I haven't really talked much about them because all of our camps are full this year. So we don't go anywhere. You can see that he was thinking about it. All our camps are full. So, which is great for us.
Yeah.
If you did not make, reservations for that, unfortunately, like I said, all our camps are full, and those will start up. So he's just causing havoc now in the studio. He's jumping around. So we have those starting, so we'll be busy every day with all those camps.
Gotcha. Ironically enough, he hit the White Sox baseball harder than the White Sox actually hit the baseball. So, all right. So, Irwin, we're gonna get you signed up for the Sox here if you're not careful, buddy. He doesn't seem very happy about that.
Yeah.
I don't think
Nope. He's like I'm
so
back.
As he moves down the line, with his eyes, he looks side to side, right? Peripherally.
Yeah. He looking. I mean, and that's good for them, so they can check out other predators. They're a smaller bird. They may be smaller than some hawks or eagles and stuff, and so they want to be able. But that's why they move their head around so much too, is because they're looking around.
And why does he puff up his feathers like that?
A lot of times it may be like a territorial thing, and they're puffing themselves up to make themselves look bigger, and a little bit more intimidating.
I see. Gotcha. Very good. Well, about a minute left here with you, Heather. What did I miss today?
I think we've covered most of our stuff. Just come out to the zoo. Again, we'll be pretty busy in these next few weeks with all the school groups coming in. It's always an exciting thing for us because the kids are always so excited coming into the zoo. And then again, starting in June is when our free days will start again. And those are always very busy days for us as well.
Mhm.
We have a lot of summer camps that come during those days. So that's a great opportunity for them as well.
Gotcha.
Again, and if we have memberships. If you don't necessarily want to come on those free admission days, we do sell family memberships for $120, and you can have, everyone in your household be able to come out to the zoo. You pay for that one fee, and then you could come out any day that you choose. It doesn't have to be on the free admission day, and get a discounted rate on the training carousel, and you get a discounted rate at some other zoos around the country.
Very good. Heather Perdeu, Scovill Zoo Indicator, our guest. Network news on the way on the morning show.
The Big 1520 WHOW Clinton, 92.3 FM, W222 BG Clinton, 106.5 FM, W293 DJ Normal Bloomington.
Had been expecting jobs added in the fields of healthcare, financial services, and transportation, among others. The unemployment rate unchanged, 4.2%.